Buffalo Bills avoiding what would have been a massive upset. They were 15-point favorites over the New York Giants, who were coming in without Daniel Jones, with an offensive line that has looked like steaming caca. Oh, yeah, that's my new favorite word. And somehow the Giants, and weather the storm, keep it close, make them doubt themselves, make them realize they showed up on the wrong night at the wrong time.
More of what we saw from the Giants last year. This is kind of how they played, right?
But, boy, that last play. And, look, untimed down, they got to score a touchdown. If they're going to throw the ball, do whatever you have to do to keep the guy from catching it. Because worst-case scenario is they get to do it all over again.
Well,
and force him to keep throwing the flag. That was the Legion of Boom attitude in 2013. We're just going to hold the receivers on every play because they aren't going to throw a flag on every play. They're not going to do it. We're going to dare them. They're not going to slow the game down. They're not going to bog, because eventually what's going to happen is everybody's going to boo the officials for throwing a flag on every play.
Yeah.
They're not going to do it. So just keep doing it. Force them to keep throwing the flag. And hey, you win the game. You break up the pass, they don't throw the flag, you win the game. They throw the flag, you get to do it one more time.
Right.
You get to keep doing it one more time.
Sure.
So I think it makes a ton of sense. And that's different from my take last week on Marcus Peters, because it's not a safety issue to pull and tug at Darren Waller to keep him from catching the pass. You're not pulling him down by his horse collar to keep him from catching the pass. It's just rubbing is racing, but you're rubbing enough that the race can't finish. And so kudos to the Bills for doing the smart thing there. After one interference call in the end zone, untimed down, do it again. And if they had called it, do it again. Force them to run it one time and make the Giants try to score that way. I'm surprised they didn't run it.
Well, one, and maybe, you see here, it's just clearly holding, right? At the very least, it should have been. There's no, and you know me.
Ball's in the air, it's interference.
It's interference,
before,
whatever you want. It's both, right? Yeah. So
it doesn't matter at that point. It's still do it again.
Exactly right. Well, this is what I'll say. We know with the NFL, right? And I mean, look at that. Damn, he's got a front horse collar grab on the guy, right? To where, hey, it might get so egregious, it might end up being injury related if they don't watch out with stuff like that. But to the point of, we've talked about it a lot. We know we both talk to coaches in football. This is annoying, people in the NFL. Coaches in the NFL are definitely aware that the game gets reffed differently at the end of the football game. Now, we were on a Sunday here where it looks like maybe there was a memo sent to the referees like, hey, you got to call pass interference the same way in the first quarter and the fourth quarter, right? So that was the encouraging thing, right? We saw the Browns get the benefit of the doubt there against the 49ers. This game here, the play before, I don't know if we have the play before where there was pass interference called, guys, but I was proud of the referees in that moment on that play where, he's going to throw it up. Of course, there was contact, and they called a penalty on Bernard, right, the middle linebacker. And I went, man, thank God. Look at the referees. They're finally going to call a pass interference here in a big moment. Like, there's no doubt about it.
But not in two.
But you're right. But two was a different story.
Too much to ask
and that's where they're going to have to continue to get on the referees and go, no. You would have called that and not even blinked an eye in the first quarter. Yeah, it would have been called, and there would have been 7 flags on the field. Guys that don't even watch the play would be like, pass interference. And all of a sudden, here we are. We got a guy's neck of his jersey being stretched out a foot away from his neck, and they're not going to call that.
But again,
I know.
That's why you run it there.
You
got Saquon Barkley back.
Well, I hear you. But they're not a very good running team. I understand them being scared too, right? And the Bills kind of crowding the line of scrimmage the way they are, the offensive line issues all year long. I understand them calling the pass play. I do. But you're right. I mean, listen, it's maybe that's why you do run it. You don't have to worry about, the referees and putting it in their hands.
In this analytics-crazed world, you have to factor in the possibility if you throw in that setting, your guy's going to get interfered with, and they're not going to throw the flag a second time. Now
I bet you the analytics say throw the ball every time.
And the analytics crowd will say, oh, every factor is included in our calculations. I don't know who I was trying to imitate there, but it was like combination jock nerd. But how do you quantify the human dynamic that is, we're already inclined to not throw a flag in a big spot.
Yep.
don't ask us to do it twice. In Buffalo. We value our lives. We value our safety. We'd very much like to get to our cars after this game tonight. We're not going to keep throwing a flag for pass interference in the end zone over and over and over again. That is something that you've got to factor into your thought process in that moment. Now, good luck having the world slow down. It's almost like Matrix stuff where the world slows down to the point where you have the presence of mind to recognize they're probably going to interfere. You know, I'm going to.
Hey, standalone
I better be
game.
Somebody who's wide ass open. Better be wide ass open
right.
and no one near him, because otherwise they're going to drag him to the ground and not let him catch that ball.
Standalone game. Those people that are in the referee's ears all the time throughout the game, like they got to get in their ears again and go, hey, calm down here. I mean, it's a big moment of the game. Let's call it the way it's supposed to be called. And I think the Courtney and Kristen in the back are working magic here, and we got the first pass interference call. So let's check this out, because we got 1 second left, 3rd and 5, ball over the middle. They got a one-on-one matchup with Waller and the linebacker Bernard, just what they wanted. But there's clearly holding, pass interference, whatever you want to say. It's 1st and goal at the 1, right? Great call. It was the proper call. I don't even think this holding was as egregious as the second holding.
No, you're right. And there's the official. Can we show the second one now? Because the official who throws it there is probably thinking, whoo, whoa, man.
I did it.
Woo.
Yeah.
Those assholes tomorrow on PFT Live aren't
they
going
won't
to
be able
say
to talk about me swallowing my flag.
And there he is again.
He's like,
looking right at it. Don't expect me to do it twice. I already did it once. I ain't doing it again.
Well, now who knows? Yeah, he'd heard his name had become Mother Effer as he was sitting there for the 2 minutes while that was
You're
on.
Right. He's standing at that.
You stupid Mother Effer! You stupid mother! You stupid! So then here he is, and we don't call the play.
Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunate for the Giants who played a really good game.
I ain't doing it twice, baby.
But look more like the team we saw last year. This is the first game the Giants played well enough in the first half of a game to where they could stick with their game plan in the second half of the game and be the team we saw last year, where it comes down to the end and they feel comfortable there and they feel like, hey, we're going to outclutch you. That was impressive.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.